what we want to do is find the largest square number that evenly divides into that number, right? So let's start picking some square numbers. So we have 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. We have 49. We have 7 times 7, 8 times 8 is 64. That's not how a good 4. We have 64. We have 81. We have 100. We have 121. We have 144. We have 169. We have 193. And we have 225. Okay. So now I got to start thinking of, well, what are they going to be the numbers that are going to evenly divide into that? Like, what would be the largest number? What's the largest one of these that evenly divides into that? And I'm getting 64 times 7. So I just randomly picked that because it looked like, I'm like, that kind of seems like that would work. And guess what? That works. That is the largest number that evenly divides into that. So if I have 7, what I can do is rewrite this. So 7 times. Now, if I rewrite 448 as a 64 times a 7. Now, for m to the 5th, you could write that as like m times m times m times m times m, right? You could write that as a m squared times m squared times m squared. But my main goal is I want to write this as the largest, like what is the largest way I could rewrite m to the 5th? Let's actually do this. So I could rewrite this as m to the 5th as m times m times m times m times m, right? I could also rewrite that as a m squared times an m squared times an m. Now, what's even a simpler way? Well, another simple way is we write this as an m squared times m, right? And that's the way I'm going to want to do that. So times an m squared quantity squared. Now, again, we need to get to m to the 5th, though, so we have an m. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to break this up into our squared numbers and our non-squared numbers. So this is a square number, right? I can take the square root of 64, which is 8. This is a square number. I can take the square root of m squared squared, right, which is just going to be m. So I have 7 times a 64 times a m squared squared. Now that's going to be times here a 7m. Now all I did was I just broke these up, and you can do that. That's because the rules of radicals allows us to be able to split up our radicals. Okay, so, for instance, if I had square root of 9 times, well, actually, let's just do it. If I had square root of 36, I could break that up into square root of 9 times 4. So you can do that under the rules of radicals, and you can break that up into the square root of 9 times the square root of 4, which is still going to be a 3 times 2, which is equal to a 6, which we already knew the answer to. Okay, so let's go and take our numbers now. So the square root of 64 is going to be an 8. The square root of m squared squared is going to be an m squared. And we cannot simplify the square root of 7m. So my final answer here is going to be a 56 m squared times the square root of 7m.